Why build an email list? An email list is like a handy list of subscribers. These are people who have seen what you have to offer and have allowed you to send information, whether in the form of updates or promotions for a service that you offer, directly to their inbox. For example, many bloggers maintain email lists. So every time they post a new piece on their blog, the content of that post goes straight to the inbox of their subscribers, which saves the receiver the hassle of having to check the blog for updates. It's also used by those who send out newsletters. It's basically a database of email IDs that can be tapped to send bulk updates. This is used as a strategy for businesses to build a relationship with their customers and is a part of email marketing. For those of you who understand numbers better, here's a figure. According to Direct Marketing Association, for businesses in the USA alone, this strategy results in 4,300% ROI, or return on investment. Now, it's important for the uninitiated to know that the benefits of an email list are criminally underrated. For starters, emails are a very personal means to communicate with your consumer. You get to take your product or service directly to their inbox. When you build an email list from scratch instead of buying a database, your consumer goes through a simple process of filling up a form to sign up for your emails. In this case, they are clearly interested in your product or service. That makes them more open to your communication. When you depend on social media giants like Google and Facebook, you need to stay on top of their strategy. In fact, you're at the mercy of their prioritizing techniques. This means every time they change their algorithms, you have to change your SEO tactics to be on top of their lists. Through email lists, you can bypass that whole thing and get your message to your consumer, irrespective of a third-party strategy. With email lists, over time you know your audience well. That gives you insights into what is working for your brand. Based on that information, you can make your content more specific to the consumers who are interested in your product or service. Since you will not be advertising publicly and arbitrarily, what makes it to the inbox often becomes a personal message to the specific consumer. This gives you room to make interactives in the future. And since it's not on a social media timeline or newsfeed, you get to give and receive information with some level of privacy. There are people who stay off social media, but there is no internet user without an email account. So, while other businesses talk about Facebook and Twitter followers, you have a broader audience to target. The other advantage is the fact that Facebook likes and retweets don't always mean that they are going through the communique, let alone endorse your product or service. As a business, it's important to understand that people subscribe more easily than they unsubscribe. So as long as you are giving them valuable content in the inbox, you will stay right there where you belong. How to build an email list. The name of the game is email marketing, and it's a great way to build loyal customers, right? So you put out an ad on social media platform, and it's getting a good level of engagement. You're happy with it. But how do you convert that momentary interest into lasting loyalty? You get them to a place where they will get more of what they just saw. From promotional offers to showcasing products and services, or telling them personal stories that will have them hooked to your narrative. There are a lot of things you can do to get consumers to stay with you, and in time, pay for what you're offering. Let's go through the process of building an email list that's easy for you and the consumer. The first step is to have a landing page with a unique or strong domain name. When your consumer clicks on the pop-out ad, they need to go to a place that gives them more of what they just saw. This is one of the most useful ways to build an email list. Oftentimes, when people see that they have to fill out a form, they want to shut that tab and go right back to browsing the internet. To avoid that, you may want to take advantage of the interest they have shown in the content of the pop-up ad and offer them a goodie. Depending on the service you run, it could be a voucher, an instructional video guide, or a free ebook that is exclusively for those who sign up for the email list. This is referred to as a content upgrade. It's kind of like offering candy to a kid. While that has a morbid kidnappery vibe to it, when it comes to attracting customers, freebies can work wonders. Those who give you their email ID get to unlock the goodies. Creating a smart bar is another way of grabbing your visitors' eyeballs. A smart bar is a bar at the top of the website that doesn't go away even when the visitor scrolls down. It's kind of like priority notifications on your phone. No matter what else happens, this thing stays on top. Now that you have them on your email list, the next level of engagement begins. You need to send them timely emails to make sure your customers keep coming back to you. You might think you can do it manually, but if you have it all figured out, wouldn't it be nice to have it automated? In the business, those are called autoresponders. Even if you haven't used them before for business purposes, you have certainly seen them in one form or another. Your auto-generated bank emails and out-of-office vacation responders are all part of this facility. Autoresponders are emails that are scheduled to be sent way ahead of time. For example, when an individual signs up for your service, you can automate a welcome email taking them through the many benefits of signing up for your service. Autoresponders will get a lot of work done while you focus on the things that only you can do for your business. Know your audience. Building an email list must be treated like building an audience for your product or service. This is particularly important if what you're offering is not for everyone. For instance, a laundry service might be for everyone who owns clothes, but collectible radio sets are not. So the first step in building an email list is to figure out your audience. Whether you get them through social media channels or billboard, banner, or bus advertising if it applies to your product or service, you need to target the ones who are actually interested in your offering. Otherwise, you might be able to attract an audience, but it will never convert into anything substantial. As a result, the bounce rate of your website will be terribly high. In the internet marketing industry, bounce rate is the term used to describe the rate at which your audience is leaving the site. Even if you are not well versed in internet jargon, it should seem quite plausible with everything on the internet. We have all clicked on links that have redirected us to websites we have had no interest in. The same is applicable to email listings too. In fact, you actually don't want people who are not interested in your product, because then what you have to offer is reaching the wrong audience and is most likely being considered spam. A bounce rate of 26 to 40% is considered really good. The next level is average, which ranges from 41 to 55%, and anywhere from 56 to 70% is considered higher than average. If your bounce rate is over 70%, that means a huge chunk of people are making it to your landing page but aren't staying on it. That means you have channels that are bringing uninterested users to you. That's not helpful. So, once you start building an email list, start thinking of it as building a targeted email list. One of the best ways of doing that is to find high-rank websites and forums that are related to your niche. Consider going on forums like Reddit and Quora, where you can start threads on the subject. Make sure to add your URL to your profile and to the bottom of the threads with your signature. This is going to be a daily exercise, and you must do it long enough to have enough data to analyze what kind of audience it's bringing in. It's highly likely to bring in individuals who are interested in your product or service, and these avenues can be highly rewarding. Building a targeted email list. If we stick to the basics, there are two reasons to build an email list. Either you want to build a database of loyal customers, or you already have a few because you've been in the business a while and want to add more to that list. Either way, email lists are an excellent place to start. When you send an email blast, there are a few things you can and must do to keep your audience engaged. The first step is to personalize it. You have the ability to reach their inbox. That's a way of communicating with them personally. Your audience subscribe to it because they want updates, but also exclusive content that others don't. Value that asset. You need your own tone of voice starting with a good subject line. Add a few visuals into the content because no one wants to read a chunky email filled with text. Those are the basics. You need to get creative with the content itself. Behind the scenes. Start by telling them some exclusive behind-the-scenes stories. Tell them the process that makes your product or service better than the competition. Give them a scoop. People appreciate talent and hard work like nothing else, so give them a peek into that. Tell a story. As mentioned before, this is personal communication. Keep it that way. Everyone is really into TV shows these days, right? Think of your email blasts as a way to do the same. Start telling them a story that promises to keep going in future emails. Tell them about the challenges and how you overcame them. Get technical. When it's applicable, you can offer a few classes on a particular issue. For instance, if you are a photographer, you can give them a few classes on Lightroom. Make this a series to attract the attention of aspiring photographers. That not only advertises how strong your game is, but also attracts eyeballs. Linkbacks. Your email blast is not just for existing consumers, right? As you make progress, new followers will be added. This is a great opportunity to plug some of your older content. Curate resources. One of the best ways to get maximum returns with a basic level of engagement without being lazy about it is to curate the highlights from what's happening in your industry. Talk about helpful tools, podcasts, or webinars from your industry. Don't redirect the traffic back to those avenues, but just summarize. Always remember that by offering to do the research on a given topic, you are gaining more loyal subscribers. And yes, sprinkle some of your own promotions in the mix. Ask for referrals. Another very utilitarian way of building a targeted email list is to put your existing ones to good use. Referrals are a great way of getting a new set of audience. Your current subscribers are likely to know people who have the same interests or needs, right? Now, we have talked about setting up autoresponders for your emails. Make sure that one, if not most or all of your emails, asks for existing subscribers to refer a friend or two. Building a landing page. Social media giants would like you to believe that they are the alpha and omega of online presence. Yes, that is a big part of your online activity, but when it comes to selling a product or service as a viable business, you want to have your own website. As we discussed before, you don't want to be at the mercy of the hundreds of algorithm changes of the likes of Facebook and Twitter. When it comes to online marketing, you can and must use email lists to drive visitors out of their inbox and into specific action. That action happens on a landing page. Fortunately, today, there are a lot of builder tools like Visual Editor and Optimize Press that can help you get there. Some of the best landing pages can be up and running pretty quickly if you use these tools. Unbounce is a tool that can help you create a landing page that helps you with the conversion rate and tries to reduce the bounce rate. It's a simple tool which mostly requires you to use drag and drop options. Also, remember that a lot of people use their phones to navigate the web, so make sure that you create response elements that help with the conversion rate, because if your page does not load effectively in its mobile version, you will see a lot of bounces instead of conversion. Then, you need to add in forms to your page. This helps you get the data you need from your subscribers. A lot of landing pages are meant to get user data, like email IDs. If you have a cumbersome form, you will once again notice bounces instead of conversions. That happens if you ask for too many details. No one likes to sit and fill out forms. Let's talk about the structure of your landing page now. This isn't very complicated. You need a primary header that announces the goal of the page. A line right under it serves as an advertising tagline. You can either make it a punchline or give out actual information in a snappy fashion. Add an image under it. And remember that this image will be the face of your page. Then comes the first section. If you choose to split the page into two, then the left side of the page should be a paragraph with more information about your product or service. It's what the visitor has come to you for. Under that, you want to add a section which tells them the benefits of signing up for your email list. Make it good, because this might define the chances of your conversion rate. The right side of the page will be a short form where the visitor is prompted to enter their personal details, like their email address. Once you have the page, you need to start thinking about driving traffic to it. That's our next move. Driving traffic to the landing page. Since the idea of a landing page is to get more leads, you need a call to action that compels your audience to visit the page you have built for them. That is called driving traffic to that page. And if you need your audience to click on a link and visit your landing page, you need to give them a prompt. That is called a call to action, or CTA. And often you need compelling CTAs, which are more specific. Now, your end goal on the landing page could be anything from subscribing to your list to getting a free trial to your service or product. All of that starts with getting your audience to visit your landing page. Start by giving your audience referral content. What does that mean? Write a good copy that showcases your brand and inspires the consumer of your content to know more. So wherever you are advertising your landing page, you need to give them information and tease your product or service. The trick is to give them just enough information that develops an appetite for more. Another way to get free traffic to your landing page is by joining forces with other blogs relevant to your industry. When you are able to forge such partnerships, you build a relationship with their audience, who are already likely interested in what you have to say. Some of these partnerships can also be turned into affiliates in the future. It's all about you scratch my back and I scratch yours, for mutual gain. While you're at it, you might also want to look to their reader comments and pick up what is applicable to your product or service. Reader comments are a priceless asset because you get the news from the horse's mouth. Networking is one benefit, but don't forget that you are there to bring traffic to your page. Then there is the aspect of paid traffic. If you have the budget, you can reach out to sites like Taboola, which help content creators to get high-quality audiences. Publishers across the globe use these services to promote products and launch sponsor ads. There are instances where services like Taboola have increased traffic on other websites by 10 times, which has led the business running the landing page to even launch into new markets. When you are ready to pay a certain amount, there is more than one way to increase audience engagement, and as a result, increase traffic. You can get into paid ads, which is an advertising strategy. This is a mechanism where ads are created to show up on search pages. Google AdWords is a good example of this. It is a pay-per-click platform where a publisher can bid on specific keywords and get a chance to be placed right on top. Brands usually bid on popular keywords relevant to their websites or landing page to drive traffic back to their home turf. You pay a price, but the results are promising. You've got them hooked, so reel them in. Now that you have built a landing page and got some traffic on it, you need to keep them. In fact, you need to keep adding to what you have so that you can take action towards converting them into paying customers. The first thing you need is their attention. Have you wondered how many people are checking their phones while binging on a Netflix show or a movie? That's right. We are increasingly becoming a multi-screen generation. That's because there is so much going on out there, and we have only 24 hours to catch up. It's very easy for people to forget that they have products and services they need. That is exactly why we are building an email list and gaining loyal customers. But that loyalty is not free. The first step is to keep your email reminders regular. If your audience knows that every Thursday, or any day of the week that works for you, they will get an email from you, you are headed in the right direction. This can turn into a Pavlovian response if you do your job well. Once you have them subscribed, you must make sure that you offer value in your emails. We have talked about it briefly when we addressed the benefits of email lists. Your audience has subscribed to your newsletters because of the value you offer in the form of a free voucher, a free trial, or an exclusive look into the upcoming upgrades. These goodies are the beginning of the relationship you form with your audience. In fact, it's always important to remember that you must always maintain the perception that you are offering them more than what you are asking them to do. For example, there will be a stage when you want to ask your audience for referrals, but that won't happen unless they have already benefited from you. So make sure that you offer freebies before you ask them to forward the email or share your promotions on social media. But this takes long-term planning. Right from the initial stages, have a step-by-step plan towards monetization. If you are a small brand that is still building its value, think of yourself as a blogger. You have been building a loyal base with the content you offer. The next step is to make money, right? You can promote products that don't compete with yours, but instead act as add-ons to what you have to offer. They are also less likely to annoy your audience. In fact, they might inspire more purchases. The key to targeted advertising is make some money but never compromise on the user experience on your website. No one likes irrelevant pop-up ads. Make some money, honey. When you offer a product or service, your subscribers have the choice of opting in or out, right? When the answer is a resounding yes, it is referred to as an opt-in. This shows that they are interested in what you have to say. Now you need to convert that into a yes for your service. A thank you page typically talks about the effort you put in towards building the product or service for your loyal audience. Now start adding an excerpt of products for sale to your thank you page. This can be done by adding links that take your subscribers to a page where the products or services are for sale. Once you have them there, you need to sweeten the deal. One of the things you can do to inspire your customers is by collecting testimonials of customers who have already bought your product or service. It's common knowledge that people like to read reviews before they buy a product anywhere. It instills confidence in your product or service. You and I have both done it while shopping online. It's comforting to know that others have been where you are, took the leap, and benefited from the purchase. Then there is something called a segmented campaign. By the time you reach this stage, you need to have a good understanding of your audience. You need to be able to separate potential buyers from those who are just there to window shop. According to the data you have, make sure the prices on products are made flexible. You need to understand the socioeconomic demographic details of your buyers so that you can appeal to their pockets. If you use services like MailChimp, you might be able to boost engagement open rates and click-throughs. Open rate is the term used to find out which subscribers are opening the email you sent them, and click-throughs are, well, those individuals who actually click on the links and buttons to actually end up exactly where you want them. You start this process by offering affiliate products and services, but once it takes off, you can also start looking at selling your own products. In fact, even if you sell only products, you can offer services that go along with it to give your audience the nudge they need. The same strategy applies vice versa. For example, if you are selling burgers, you can add fries to the conversation. This is what all food delivery apps do, don't they? About affiliate marketing. A lot of companies are now offering commissions if you are willing to strike a deal and sell their products or services on your website. This generates sales for their brand, and since it is a relevant addition to what you have to offer, your subscribers see value in the sale, and of course, you get a commission. Affiliate marketing is one of the easiest and simplest ways to make money from an email list. Deep diving into affiliate marketing. Speaking of affiliate marketing, this is known as a pretty easy and innovative way to make money on your website. One of the ways to get into affiliate marketing is by introducing something called an affiliate program. Also known as associate programs, these are deals you can make with online merchants that pay a website commission to get them traffic or sales. Some platforms also offer commissions if you can get your subscribers to perform certain actions, including but not limited to sharing content. It really depends on what your partner is trying to sell. It is an effective yet cheap way to get eyeballs and sell stuff. Typically, there are 3 parties in these programs. There's you, your partner, and also the customer. This concept became quite popular in the mid-1990s when Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon.com, used it as a marketing strategy. The company started by paying these affiliates a part of the profit on the sale if they posted links to Amazon Books, their first ever product, or redirected traffic from the affiliate site back to their own homepage. The affiliates were happy to get paid while Amazon did all the heavy lifting once it got the users to its website. Today, Amazon has more than 500,000 affiliates. If you're interested in how it works, here's a crash course. Once you sign up to a merchant's affiliate, you get a unique link that will track the sales. Each time a subscriber clicks on that link, a cookie is stored on the device they use. This cookie helps the merchant track the sale back to the individual. It's natural to want to know how much you will get paid. Practically speaking, there is no upper limit on how much money you can actually make off of affiliate marketing. That's why there are entire websites dedicated to this. Real earnings depend on your industry and the niche that you have carved out for yourself. It also depends on the size of your email list and how many of your subscribers are actually paying customers, not just for you, but have enough faith in you to click on your links and make a purchase elsewhere. It's not uncommon for a successful affiliate marketer to make a big cut at the end of the month. Pat Flynn of Smart Passive Income is known to have earned more than $100,000 in December 2017 just in commissions. But that sort of thing does not happen without planning and strategy. In fact, you can see that it all comes back to literally everything we have talked about in this book. 1. You need an email list, and it must be as big as it can get. Yes, we're hinting at size matters. 2. You need to have a relationship with your audience, which is based on the value you offer and the trust you have built. 3. You need to have data about the segmented campaigns to know what you can target to your subscribers. 4. You need to offer relevant products to your subscribers so that you can run a successful affiliate marketing campaign and make some money off it. One last revision before the final test. There are many different ways to build an email list. We have talked about the importance of having a list, the benefits of building one, and even the ways in which you can attract people to subscribe. We have also gone over the many tools that are at your service to help you do exactly that. But, like they say for relationships, the challenge is not in getting into one, but sustaining what you have. That is the final chapter in this journey from the alpha to the omega of the topic. Let's go over some key strategies to help you hold fort. You need to create content that keeps your audience engaged. A little mystery and a little history are at the heart of every relationship. You need to understand how to write good copy in terms of advertising or selling what you have to offer. You can get a professional to do it. Make sure your email list is segmented such that your audience gets exactly what they are looking for. These estimates can be made once you have a sizable subscriber base, and the divisions can be made on a socioeconomic basis, so that you are able to offer valuable content to all of them. A great way to start talking your product up is to create blog content. Whether you are selling a product or a service, there is only so much you can do through emails. If your audience likes what they see or read, they will want to find a place where they can learn more about you and see what you are charging for your services. Make sure that the service or product that you are giving away in the beginning as a lead magnet keeps getting better with time. Better also means that you need to monitor what your competitors are doing and be able to either offer more value or cheaper prices. Over time, make sure that some of the stuff you are offering is accessed only after your visitor gives you their contact information. But make sure not to put too many rows in the form, because that drives a lot of people away. Make sure you advertise these features in your email blast and tempt the subscribers in. But this must be of value so that they don't feel cheated. Truth is everything.